What if I told you that the real weapon manipulators use isn't power, it's fear? Fear is the silent tool that can control your thoughts, your actions, and even your relationships without you realizing it. But here's the truth, you can defend yourself against it. Stick with me because today we're exposing exactly how fear is used to manipulate, and more importantly, how you can take back control. The hidden power of fear. Let me ask you something. Have you ever made a decision, not because it was the right choice, but because you were afraid of what might happen if you didn't? This is how fear manipulates you. It's not always about what's in front of you. It's about the fear of losing control, losing approval, or facing the unknown. And that's exactly what a manipulator wants you to feel: uncertainty and doubt. Why? Because when you're insecure, you're easier to control. Think about it. The more you question yourself, the more you rely on the person who's controlling you. They feed your insecurity, and in return, you hand over your decision-making power. It's subtle, but incredibly powerful. How fear is crafted now? Let's break this down. How does someone create fear in you? It starts with finding your insecurities. Are you afraid of being alone, fearful of rejection, scared of failure? Manipulators identify what you fear and they amplify it. For example, in a relationship, they might subtly suggest that no one else would ever care for you the way they do. Sounds supportive, right? But underneath that is a hidden message. If you leave, you'll be alone. And suddenly, your fear of abandonment takes over. You're not staying because of love, you're staying because of fear. What you think you need is reassurance, but what you actually need is confidence in your own value, so no one can play on your insecurities. Fear as a tool for control. Here's another question. Have you ever been told, if you don't do this, there will be consequences? That's a classic fear-based tactic. Fear is always about controlling the future. The manipulator wants you to focus on what might happen if you don't obey. They create scenarios in your mind. You'll lose your job, you'll ruin your relationship, you'll fail, and those fears keep you in check. But here's the truth. What you think you need is to avoid those consequences. What you actually need is the strength to face them without fear. Because guess what? Fear loses its power the moment you're willing to confront it head on. The key to breaking free from fear. So how do you break free from someone who's using fear to manipulate you? It starts with this realization. The control only exists because you allow it to. The second you become aware of your insecurities, you can start to reclaim your power. Instead of asking yourself, what if this happens? Ask, so what if it does? Fear thrives on the unknown. The moment you're willing to confront the consequences, fear loses its grip. When you're no longer afraid, manipulators lose their weapon. They can't control someone who isn't afraid of what's coming next. Why fear works and how to stop it from working on you. Let's look at why fear works. It works because it's psychological manipulation at its finest. Your mind craves security, but the truth is, you don't need someone else's approval or validation to feel secure. The key is finding security within yourself. Here's the actual need you have, not what you think you need. You don't need to avoid fear. You need to face it and understand that the worst-case scenario is never as bad as it seems. The moment you take control of your insecurities, fear stops controlling you. Now that we've exposed how fear is used as a weapon and how you can stop it from ruling your life, I want to hear from you. Have you ever felt manipulated through fear? Drop a comment below and share your thoughts or any experiences you've had. And if this video gave you something to think about, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content on dark psychology and manipulation. We've got so much more to uncover, and you won't want to miss it. Also, let me know if there's a specific topic you want me to cover in an upcoming video. Remember, fear only has power if you give it permission. Take back that power, and you'll never be controlled by it again. Thanks for watching and stay strong. See you in the next video.